Time. I'm not ready.
Hi, this is Dusty. Today I just want to go over my crowd control hybrid rogue build. As you can see from the demonstrations earlier, this build has quite a lot of output for a rogue, which is significantly stronger than the common twisting blades build seen today. Anyways, let's get started. First off, the pieces of equipment that make this work are the legendary aspect, that lets you first lets you daze your vulnerable opponents, freeze your opponents, and chill your opponents with another legendary aspect that lets you spread the debuffs with a lucky hit. So you're gonna need quite a lot of lucky hit to get this to work. And for my weapons, I'm using emeralds, as you can see. This is also mostly speed based. This is the best I could find for now, but yeah, you're gonna need a lot of speed for this to work. And because it's a high speed build, it requires a lot of resource generation. So you're gonna need something like killing vulnerable opponents to get 50% more energy for 4 seconds. This is one of the uniques that you get from finishing the story. So for rogues, it might be a good idea to finish the story every single season just to get this piece of gear if you're running for this build in particular. So unfortunately, I don't think skipping the story is a good idea. And we have the flurry. As you can see, we want the 360-degree flurry for this build. And we do want to get to our core skills faster, so this is why you want your basic skills to attack a bit faster. As far as my other aspects go, they're mostly defensive, but even then, as you can see, if you get frozen or are crowd controlled to the point where you can't move, this isn't enough, but it'll have to do for now. So here's the barrier for hitting an elite enemy, and one that improves your armor as you're hitting opponents. So I think that about covers all the gear. And these are the overall stats that I have for my current build. It's not perfected yet. I'm still at level 73, so there's still room to grow. But yeah, these are my stats. As for my specialization, I only use inner sight. I consume so much resources that not having this is a massive problem. So yeah, just stick to inner sight. As far as my Paragon boards go, I only have 2 boards. The Exploit Weakness board, which is my first one. Here's my starting node, Exploit Weakness. And this is the crowd control one, I believe. Yeah, cheap shot. As for nodes I went for vulnerability, reduce damage from vulnerable targets, vulnerable damage, exploit weakness. I'm aiming for this next. This is my glyph. My first glyph here. Here's my second glyph. I haven't activated a third glyph yet, so don't worry about that. More vulnerable damage. Crowd control damage. I still need a bit more intelligence to activate this, so I am missing a bit of damage. Cheap shot. More crowd control damage. more crowd control damage. As you can see, I'm very attack oriented with a bit of sprinkled in with a bit of defense. As for my skills, I went for one puncture. For fundamental puncture, you do want to activate vulnerability as soon as possible. Invigorating strike, because you do want this build is very energy hungry, so every bit of energy counts if you want to do as much DPS as possible. So think of this as replacing your imbuement buffs. Rapid fire. Mostly, this is very high damage, along with being very cheap when you hit vulnerable opponents. That, and it also has a increasing crit rate per arrow fired in when you use it. I'll go over the passes in a bit. Go over flurry is very important because you do want to spread the vulnerability and you do want to leech as much life as possible. This is mostly for concealment is mostly to restore your energy and to break out of CC with unstoppable. Same with Shadow Clone. This is an ultimate that nearly doubles my DPS when I use it, and also recovers a massive portion of my energy. That, and since I'm speed based, I'm using close quarter combat, so when I alternate between a range attack and a melee attack, I get 20% increased damage, and I get 20% more damage against crowd controlled enemies. So that's why crowd control is very important to this build. As for the passives I'm going for, it's sturdy, so I take less damage overall, but even that's not enough. When I crit, I restore quite a lot of life, so the more I attack, the more crits I could get per second, and the faster I could heal. Weapon mastery, I'm going for swords and bows, so swords will always do more damage than daggers. As far as bows, you want the high speed. And I know crossbows are stronger, but you do want this high speed, so the 12% vulnerable, extra vulnerable damage is a nice bonus. You want to do more damage to healthy and injured opponents, and you would definitely want to do more damage to vulnerable opponents. So, and for this is so I could do 15% more damage to enemies that are chilled, because when I run around, I leave a pool of frost on the floor that will chill my opponents, and thanks to my gloves, like here, I chill my opponents if I run over, if they walk over where, the trail that I leave behind, and I actually freeze my opponents, so that's why I have this passive. Then you want Lucky Hit to generate more energy, and for every energy you spend, you get a 15% additive lucky chance bonus for your skills in order to proc lucky hits more. This is very important because the skills we're using has very low hit or very low lucky hit chance. For example, this is only at 10%, so when that passive procs, this will become a 25%, and when it procs here, it will become a 36%. So very important to level this skill. As you can see, restores 75 energy when I use my ultimate. Very useful. It's also unstoppable, so it also helps me break out CCs. But again, not enough. Sometimes you'll just encounter enemies that'll just stop you in your tracks and you'll get swarmed. There's no way around this. I've tried looking for ways to prevent it, but nothing really worked. So it just happens sometimes. Then we're all constantly on the move, so 15% energy regeneration is quite a lot for moving around. And this will improve well, this is twofold. When you're not in combat, your energy is going to be above 50%, so you're going to move around 15% faster. But when you're in a tight spot while fighting, when you're low on energy, you're going to increase your attack speed, so you could do more lucky hits to generate more energy. As for the future of this build, I'm planning to get the Hunter Killer so I can do more damage to elites. Then I'm gonna go to I'm gonna look for a way to enter another board, possibly from here, or maybe even here, so that I can get the Tricks of the Trade board, so I could do more close combat damage and also more damage against elites. And that's basically what I have for my build for now. It's still an evolving build. Nothing's set in stone yet, but that's what I have for now. And I think it's a really great build anyone should run if they want to. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.